Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another cube. Got my butt kicked on that last one, so I'm hoping to do a little bit better. We did get another Primetime, who is pretty awesome, but I think I'm looking at the Sulfuric Vortex. You know me, a little more of an aggro player, and Vortex typically, or at least supposedly, according to the old cubes, was like the strongest red deck wins card you could get, because they can't gain life anymore, and you should always be ahead on life if you're a burn deck. What is this? Put some elemental creature tokens with haste, and then each opponent can do it too. And then for each player who does, so you get like one extra one. What? That's just weird. Am I... Wait. For each player who does put X... Oh, so you get twice as many. Alright, that's actually kind of cool. That's blowing my mind, though. I'm gonna take this Sulfuric Vortex. I'm a fan. I kind of feel like playing something aggressive. Gutter Snipe, pretty cool. Mog War Marshal, cool as well. Molten Tail Masticore's not bad. Active Aggression's pretty dirty. The most beautiful part about Active Aggression is the fact that instant speed. It's like, oh, you're attacking me with your biggest guy. Well, I'm just gonna take your second biggest guy and then block your biggest guy and then block. So both of them die. Yeah, Active Aggression is a pretty filthy card. I mean, at worst, it's I guess you got to pay some life to steal, but I mean, I feel like stealing in this format's pretty powerful. I guess it's also a very tokeny format, which would make Active Aggression worse, wouldn't it? Maybe I want like a Mog Warmart. Well, that's tough. I mean, Martial Coup kind of stands out as like the strongest card, but I kind of want to make this Sulfuric Vortex dirty. I'm going to take the Gutter Snipe. Okay, well, Hammer of Perforos is not bad, especially if you're got some flood issues. Porcelain Legionnaire is pretty good, aggressive dude. Avalanche Riders is actually pretty good too. I think I'm looking at Legionnaire, 2-drop 3/1. It's pretty nice. I mean, 2-drop 3/1 first strike, of course, is pretty good. Scorched Rusalka would have been cool with the active aggression. Sack the creature you steal or whatever. Let's see. I mean, Hammer, yeah, Hammer's decent. Tectonic Edge is okay. I think I'm going to take the Legionnaire. I do actually like Avalanche Riders too, though. Destroying a land is not to be overlooked, but I'm going to take a 2-drop. Oh, they're trying to make my curve all squirrely here. All right. Well, I guess we could just take the Seal of Fire, stay in this red deck wins plan. Wait, what are you? +2, get an elf that ramps. -2, artifact enchantment destruction. So that's the out to my Vortex. That's not fair. Draw a card for each green creature you control. All right, that's kind of a cool card, actually. Yeah, a lot of new cards I'm not used to seeing. I think we're just... Yes, I'm forcing red deck wins. I know. There's other good cards in here. And actually, Seal of Fire is not even the greatest card, but I'm going to take it. Alright, well, Crater's Claws isn't bad. War Leader's Helix might be a reason to be white-red, I guess. I mean, 4 damage is nothing to scoff at. I guess I can take the Mog Fanatic, too, but... God, Hero Blade holds so good. Let's see. I mean, War Leader's Helix is a nice burn spell. Fanatic is pretty cool, but I don't really like it all that much. It is a 1-drop, however. I'm going to take the Helix, I think. I'm going to take the Helix. Whether or not it's right, we'll find out. Why would you do that? Don't do that. Do this. There you go. Ancient Tomb. I mean, turn 1 Legionnaire at the cost of 4 life. Seems a bit excessive. Burning Tree Emissary is not bad, though. Into Porcelain Legionnaire. Now, that's an actual turn progression I can get behind. Yeah, actually, Burning Tree is just a pretty solid card. Burst Lightning's pretty good, too. But I like the fact that Burning Tree powers out some stuff fast. Like going Burning Tree into another creature on turn 2, turn 3 Vortex. That's a lot of... It's a lot of quickness. I like the Burst Lightning a lot too, but I'm going to take the Emissary. Alright, Madcap is pretty good. I think we're... Oh, jeez. Master Waves. Now, there's a card I don't want to see. Fire and Ice. Well, it's kind of cool. Madcap's cool and all. I think I'm just going to take Searing Spear. The more burn, the better. Alright, Clifftop is, I think, what we're looking for. Geez, some of this new art is just kind of throwing me off. Is anybody else having that problem? Could also take the Prophetic Bolt for blue, but I think Retreat makes sense here, actually. So we don't necessarily have to pay life for Legionnaire at a certain point in the game, and turns on our Helix. Alright. There's also the other Helix, Lightning Helix in this too, so something to keep in mind. So let me make sure I see how this is working. I put a bunch of red elemental creature tokens with haste in. Then my opponent does it too. And then when they do that, I get twice as many? I think this is actually really good then, right? I pay 5 mana, I get 4 tokens, or... I mean, it's not insane, I guess. It's a lot better if I have some sort of like Anthem effect, but at the same time, cutting red seems right since I'm... Oh, table active aggression? It's also Nykthos. I have a couple devotion cards, but I don't have any X spells yet. Could table the... Well, I guess I do have an X spell. Tempt with Vengeance, yeah. Nykthos is an option, I guess, but I think I like this active aggression. We have a couple creatures already, too, but... Like I said, the way you can use it defensively is pretty insane. Otherwise, Mog War Marshal would be fine as well. Well, we did table the Rusalka. It's that versus Avalanche Riders. I guess I probably won't end up with enough creatures to really make Rusalka work. And Active Aggression doesn't need Rusalka to be good. I'm going to take the Riders that aren't insane, but are actually, they're pretty good. Could also take the Tech Edge, especially if I'm mono... Well, I may not be monocolor, though. I guess we don't know yet. What of these cards am I most worried about? Wolfer Silverheart's got the biggest butt, so I guess I'll hate that. But otherwise, I guess Silverblade in case I need some white playables. Alright, Silverblade I'll take. Fanatic over the Honor makes a lot of sense, I think. Burst Lightning Tabling's a good sign. So, yeah, I'd like to make this Burn Thang work, if possible. What was that? That was only pack 1? Jeez, that's not bad. It's pretty good. Alright, pack 2, we've got, geez. Elspeth and Sorin is pretty insane, but I think I'm looking at Jackal Pup, which is a nice 1-drop. Very aggressive. Char is pretty insane, too. 4 damage for 3 is nice. Do I think I can table the Jackal Pup? Well, not if there's another Red Deck Wins player at the table, but if there's not, then Mog Fanatic did table, so there's a chance. I think I'm going to take the Char. I'm trying to think which one's more likely to table, and it really feels like Jackal Pup is. I mean, if you're not a dedicated beatdown, like hardcore, even Red Deck Wins deck, I don't know why else you'd want to play Jackal Pup. I mean, we definitely want it, but I really want this Char as well. I want to maximize my burn. Okay. Mortars is fine removal. Gargadon's good in like a token-based deck, but you didn't really get that too much here. Mother of Runes is a good card, but I'm not a big fan in this deck. Doesn't really push the damage enough. I mean, Mortars doesn't either. I see the argument, but otherwise, Hall of Triumph. I mean, we're practically Red Deck Wins, so I could see that working. It just doesn't feel, it feels out of place. I guess the card that feels the least out of place is either Mizium Mortars, Gargadon, or one of these, like Rootbound Crag or something, just to help me get into green if I want. But I guess I'll take the Mortars. All right, Hellrider is just bonkers insane. I love this card, so I'm happily picking that up here. There's also Devil's Play, which is fine, but Hellrider is just so good. I love that card. Oh, Hero of Oxidridge too. There's also Searing Blaze and a Battlefield Forge. So options, options, options. I really don't think Silverblade's got a chance in here. Legionnaire's definitely staying in though. I really wouldn't mind the Hero of Oxidridge, but I mean Hellrider and him do close to the same thing. Do I want double that effect? Searing Blaze is just pretty good. It's tough to deny a Searing Blaze. It's a nice burn spell. I think I'm going to try for burn. Just burn them out if possible. And hopefully table Battlefield Forge or Hero of Oxidridge. There's a chance I could table the Searing Blaze, but I kind of want it a lot, I think. I really do want it. What can Imperial Recruiter dig up? 2 power guys, so Emissary, which isn't exciting. Gutter Snipe's not bad to dig up, I guess. Mog Fanatic, yeah. Avalanche Rider. It's not terribly exciting. And he's a 3-mana 1/1, which is kind of bad. That being said, there's really not that much in here. I guess Elite Vanguard, but if white splash, it feels pretty bad. Could also take the Ancient Grudge for sideboard, but it's not terribly exciting either. I could just take... No, I don't really like Imperial. I mean, it's okay. It's too expensive. I think I'd take Grudge for sideboard, so I have an out against Batter Skull besides Sulfuric Vortex. All right, Mauler seems... Geez, and Fire Blast? Eesh. I almost want the Fire Blast. But that's another one of those if there's... I don't know, though. Lightning Mauler is pretty insane. I think we're going to be low enough on creature count, though, where that... Okay, but that... Then again, Emissary into Mauler is really nice. That is really solid. I don't know. That's tough. I mean, honestly, though, Fire Blasting for free 4 damage. I mean, yeah, I understand you got to sack 2 mountains, but free 4 damage. It's essentially free. Let's be real. God, Mauler's so good, too, though. That is tough. I'm going to take the Fire Blast. I really do want that Mauler, but I'm going for like a burnout strategy if I can. Pyromancer, though, even though there's a volley in here, the fact that I've got this many burn spells just makes Pyromancer absolutely insane, I think. I mean, look how many cards work with it. I think it's like 10 already, and this is pack 2. Yeah, I think as much as I want this Brimstone as well, I think Pyromancer is actually very correct in this deck. Wow, Boros Charm. There's also Phoenix, which would be fantastic too, but I think let's go on the Boros Charm plan here. We're super light white anyway, so there's also Mutavault, which is good. But, I mean, and I really do actually like the Phoenix in here, but I'm going to take the Charm instead. I want to deal 4 damage for 2. Did table the Jackal Pup, which is great news, since it's actually good in here. Mother of Runes, I don't really have anything I want to protect. That's kind of the problem. Gargadon is a thing, but I'm going to take the Rootbound Crag. I did already get that Ancient Grudge, so even if I don't main deck it, it's a fine sideboard card. I actually think I want to look at it, though, to remind myself that I have it. Devil's Play is fine. It's a playable card. Anger and Goreclan Rampager. Well, I mean, Rampager is cool with the Rootbound Crag, but I feel like I'd rather play my white card, so I guess we take Anger. Anger's actually fine. I guess Vanguard, but... Well, Kakusho can gain life, I guess, but it has to die. No, it doesn't even... No, you do gain life. Okay, well, I'm taking Vanguard, I guess, just in case I need it. Guess we'll take Night of Infamy. I don't think I'm playing... I would just play it for plane cycling. I don't think so. All right. So far, deck's looking good. Certainly is a burn beatdown deck. And Hellrider's now, like, infinitely better with Pyromancer. Okay. So, let's think here. I think we actually want the land fixing quite a bit now. Since I want to make our splash... yeah, we don't have to splash Vanguard. I can... But since... even if you don't count the Rootbound Crag, We already have 21 cards, which we probably just want to get. We probably could get away with 16, but I might swing 17. But Temple of Triumph, despite coming in tapped, I think is going to be what we're looking for. I actually like the frontline medic too, and Krinko's command is not too shabby, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Through the Breach, not really what we're looking for at all. Temple of Triumph seems correct. All right, Borderland Marauder is a nice little beater, but there's also the Magma Jet, which I like quite a bit, especially if I'm trying to find like a Vortex early on. It's also a burn card, which I think fits with the deck theme a little bit better. And Scrying is just really nice. Marauder's not bad, though, at all. Marauder is a nice 2-drop. I think I'm going to take the Jet. I think I'd rather have the... There's a chance we table the Marauder anyway. I like having all this burn, though. This is pretty nice. Searing Blood, too. Jeez. Yeah, we'll take it. Nothing really else we want. I guess City of Brass would be fine in here. I'd play it. Whirling Outburst. Could get away with that, too. It's good with the Hell Rider. It's a good turn progression. I'm going to take the Searing Blood, though. Stagger Shock is a great card. Great burn spell. I'm going to take it over the Spike Shot, which isn't even that great in this deck anyway. But, yeah, I think Stagger Shock's a fantastic card. Very much like it. There's really nothing wrong with Stagger Shock. Every part about this card, whether it be the fact that it's common, that deals 4 damage, over 2 turns or like the end of your opponent's turn and then your turn. 4 damage to them or split it up amongst 2 creatures. It almost doesn't make sense at common, But what do I know? All right, what am I cutting? Maybe the Devil's Play. Not that it's bad, it's just kind of like everything else more. Unless I want to do 16 lands, which is still an option. But if you're doing 16 lands, I feel like I like Devil's Play less. So I feel like we're probably doing 17 lands. Well, I mean, Cunning Spark Mage is ordinarily probably an okay card, but I think here we're going to be hating a Baloth, which can be pretty annoying against us. I guess Johnny's pretty annoying too. But I feel like Baloth's actually more annoying because it's a big-bodied threat. Like, at least a Johnny requires them to have a creature and me to be tapped out and not have a burn spell to kill it in response. So I feel like Baloth is going to do more work against us than a Johnny will. Be happy to hear your guys' input on that. So far, though, I mean, the deck is exactly what I wanted it to be. All right. Koth is a pretty awesome card. It's really tough to deny a Koth, but there is also a Satyr in here and a Murderous Redcap, which is also good, but Koth is pretty nice. I am playing 17 lands, so there really should not be any issues getting to 4 mana. I just want the Satyr because it's cheap, but I think with the sheer amount of tokens in this format, I'd rather have Koth to like work towards his ultimate, because in this deck his ultimate would be pretty bonkers, I think. And it's like a 4 mana 4/4 haste sort of deal. I'm going to take the Koth. Could get the Satyr back anyway. People don't really like all that card all that much anyway. Geez. Well, Quarter Paladin. Not the most exciting in this deck, but works well with Pyromancer. I still have to make a cut, I guess, to bring in Koth, so figure that out. Maybe the Mortars, since it doesn't burn face. I think I'm not going to play our Quarter Paladin, so let's just hate the best card in here. Keranos is pretty good. It's a little bit slow. Snapcaster can be good with cheap burn spells, so maybe I just hate that. Jeez. Baneslayer just cripples us. Frenzied Goblin is fine. It's not that good in this deck. If we had more creatures, I think Goblin would be where we'd want, but I'm not going to take it with the current creature count we have, and since we're working on I don't like it that much in this deck. I'm going to hate the Baneslayer, which is just cripplingly good. Unfortunately, Scalding Tarn is not going to find us either of our lands. I don't think I'm playing Frontline Medic, despite it being, a pretty reasonable card. Chance, I guess, that I play Krinko's Command, but albeit it's fairly low, I'll still take it, I guess. Windbrisk Heights, because I can't think of any reason to justify that. Which card do I think is the best against us? I don't know. Maybe Karmic Guide or something. Bringing back a creature I took care of already. Time Warp I feel like takes a little bit too long for them to set up. And I don't care if they take an extra turn if I've got a Vortex out. I took a blue card, right? At some point. Snapcaster. Do I splash Snapcaster with a Shivan Reef? I feel like that's pretty greedy. I think I actually take City of Brass here. I'm not going to play the Hordeling Outburst, even though it's a fine card, because I don't even think I'm playing Krinko's Command. Although Krinko's Command off of an Emissary is not bad on turn 2. I'm going to just take the City of Brass, get some more white fixing. Spike Shot, but I guess we're not likely to play it, are we? Cloud Goat can be pretty good. I guess I'll hate that. Cunning Spark Mage. Gerard's Verdict is actually pretty annoying against us. It's yeah, we did get the Satyr back, which is pretty cool. All right, I think I am playing the Satyr. So, we got a good deck. I think I am actually going to do 16 lands, because my curve is looking pretty low at this point. And remember, this is like 3... And I think I can actually ditch the Avalanche Riders and bring them in out of sideboard if I want. I may even ditch the Koth. But I'm trying to think how many white sources I need for my... I only have 2 white spells, really, because this is hardly a white spell. So I can get away with 1 Plains, probably, have 4 sources of white. Although the fact that this one enters tapped is a little bit of a bummer, but that's probably still fine. So I need to make 1 more cut. I don't want to cut I kind of want to cut Fanatic, to be honest, but maybe we cut the Tempt with Vengeance. This card's really not that special. It's not a terrible card. It's very good with the Hell Rider, but I don't really want X spells in this deck, especially if I'm playing 16 lands. I maybe can't even get away with... I actually probably can get away with another white source, can't I? So this would be... Yeah, I mean... I could probably even do this. 6 sources of white, or 14 sources of red. That seems like I should be able to play everything with 14 sources of red. And I'm not in like a huge hurry to play my white spells, Like Charm and Helix are pretty much game finishers. Oh, 40. Oh, I added too many lands. Even if I cut a red source, I still have 6 sources of white and how many sources of red? A bunch. 13. 13 sources of red is a lot. That is a lot of our deck is red sources. That should be more than enough to get everything out we need. Krinko's Command. Good with the Hell Rider. Not all that good otherwise. I could see the argument for bringing in a red spell over the... And by red spell, I mean X spell over the Krinko's Command. I guess Searing Blaze gets a little bit worse in a 16 land deck, but still such a powerful card. I definitely don't want any more 4-drops. Remember, Fire Blast is just free, so this doesn't even belong up there. So our curve is very low. We do have a few 3-drops, though. All right, maybe I just leave the Krinkos command then. It seems fine. It's just not that great. That's my only problem with it. I actually like Tempt with Vengeance less in this deck because we actually have a fair amount of 1-drops that I want to get in with. He'd be able to block with his elementals that he makes, I guess, but then I guess I get twice as many. I don't know. I don't know how good this card is. I have to like play with it to understand it, but something about it doesn't seem right in this deck, even though it's good with the Hell Rider. And Devil's Play just seems kind of expensive. Like I'd end up... I do actually like command with Burning Tree. That is nice. Burning Tree Krinkos command on turn 2 is 4 power on turn 2. It's pretty good. All right, well, I think I'm running it like this. I like the deck. Look how many burn spells we ended up with. It's pretty insane, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, kind of 11. That's a lot of burn spells. I like it. Yeah, so I think we're running it like this. And guess we'll see how we do. I'll see you round 1.